Alright guys, welcome back to the TI4 SEA qualifiers here with the NA Hub presented by Monster Energy, of course. We have just witnessed one of the, I guess, best games here for the qualifiers. I mean, arguably the best game.
One of the worst games and one of the best games.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like...
wrapped into one beautiful, beautiful bundle of joy.
Just epicness.
That's SEA Dota.
Yeah, I mean, like... You look at the editing decisions and you're like, and then you look at the actual play from both sides and you're like, that was intense and awesome and fun to watch and just fun to be a part of. So,
yeah.
I mean, thoughts on the game in itself. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but I think the most important thing to talk about is Scythe was considered arguably one of the top tier teams and maybe going top two, at least from a casual, like, SEA observer standpoint, which I clearly am. People talk about Scythe and they consider them one of the top tier teams. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about them going down here against MiTH?
I felt they were definitely not the most consistent SEA team coming into this, but they were the team that has, next to Arrow, the most potential. Like, I think it's like Arrow and Scythe are the most talent and most potential, but nowhere near as much consistent with Scythe. But it is a big surprise to see Scythe 1 and 2, especially the two losses. The two losses against First Departure and MiTH, two teams most people had in the bottom 3 or 4.
Right.
I think if you ask a lot of people that say MiTH, they're just a no hope. You know, teams never do well. Everyone remembers Dreams last year and they're 0-22. But me and LD, we said,
believe the dream is alive,
MiTH boys.
Yep, MiTH boys in the casting seat, luckily.
Well, thankfully for those who think we're insufferable, we're not casting MiTH this game. So that's
man.
You'll get a breather.
Look, we believe. We said, you asked, like, which team is going to surprise and come out, and we said MiTH.
I said MiTH top 4.
Yeah.
I'm glad, I said Execration or MiTH, and I'm like, if I have to pick one, MiTH. Nice. I'm very glad I didn't say Execration.
Execration, dude, everyone's wanted to. Let's look at the standings. The standings are crazy.
Come on.
So, top 3 teams, I mean, not that there's surprises, but it's like fairly normal. Everything's going okay. Orange and Arrow undefeated. Taking some pretty big wins as well, like Orange of, who was saying they'd beat? They beat RRQ, they beat, let me get this open again. Orange beat RRQ, MiTH, and MiTH. Solid. Arrow have beaten RRQ, MVP, and who is this? Scythe.
That's Execration.
Execration, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So not bad by any means. MiTH 2-1 after getting some 2 big wins against Zephyr and Scythe, but then we have everyone else.
Literally
Everyone's 1 and
else.
2.
Yeah.
Blitz just tweeted out, "Hey, we're tied with Scythe, guys. It's going great."
And 5 other teams.
Yes.
Technically 4th.
We were joking about the possibility that there's like a 10-way tie with all teams 5 and 5. It's very much still possible.
Yeah. Well, as we pointed out, now 5 and 5. It's not 11 teams. I was stuck in the mentality.
Yeah, 5 and 4. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I'm sure we can end up with some absurd
I guess not
ties.
everyone could be tied then.
Yeah.
I mean, with the way that things went in the American qualifiers, anything's possible. Like Union Gaming coming out on top after like that 3-way tiebreaker, and now this is even in a better situation with, I mean, considering all the teams are 1 and 2. It's kind of crazy. I'm excited to see where it goes, but
the thing is, all these teams only have like 1 more game. Like, you're not playing more than 4 games, I think, today. Maybe some teams play 5.
So we're likely going to tomorrow with almost every team still in it. Some teams with a longer road, but nobody just flat out eliminated.
And 2 teams, Arrow and Scythe, maybe. Orange and Arrow maybe clearly top 2, but they actually play each other late today. I think that's going to be the next match on the main stream. So one of those 2 teams is going to get their first loss today. So come tomorrow, it's going to be a wet bag of goodness.
Baseskip, do you think these 3-0 teams are legit 3-0s, like here to stay? Do you think they're slightly fluky? You need to see more from them? How convincing is the undefeated performance from Orange as well as the one from Arrow so far?
I think Orange's 3-0 performance is very convincing because we talked about them a little bit and saying, well, maybe that recent experience at WPC, accounted for a lot, and it seems like it has. They've come out swinging. They've taken out some pretty strong teams within the first couple of rounds, and I think taking that momentum is, especially for a team with that experience, they can do a lot with that information that they've gleaned from the first 2 matches and turn it into a few more wins as well. So I think that's pretty convincing.
Arrow's been not only winning, but Arrow's been impressing people. Like,
yes.
They're the team where you've seen the most, like, man, DDC is a player.
Yeah, man, don't give that guy Invoker. Everyone just keeps saying ban his Invoker, so...
Well, it's getting to be like Resolution for Empire at Starladder, where teams just started banning him out because he was just doing too much work.
I'm getting the same vibe, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Ma, any closing thoughts here? Looks like the draft is underway. I guess we should hop into it soonish.
I'm just hoping to see Scythe rebound, especially after that last game. They were so close. Miracle was working so hard, and I mean his back must have been heavy after that last part of the game. But
he made a few late game mistakes, but Miracle's done it before in those situations. But like the team did not really do much to support him.
Yeah.
He had a lot of weight on his shoulders, even by Scythe standards.
Yeah.
As for MiTH Trust, we haven't seen any of them. I haven't got to catch any of their games, really.
I haven't either.
2 of the scoreboards I saw looked like they lost pretty badly, unfortunately. They also lost to MVP Phoenix in their opening match, which is a big no-no, losing to Korean teams, so...
You don't get any gods points for that one.
No.
The Korean teams are actually looking quite weak. All Flame and
Well, we
Gods
haven't seen MVP.
playing the part of Scythe.
I think Zephyr looking
No,
quite weak.
I watched them. They
Okay.
did not.
Gotcha.
They did not look impressive.
Okay. So, I think with that in mind, I would definitely pick Scythe to take this series because of MVP beating a MiTH Trust, which shouldn't happen.
Okay. Well, with that being
Would you
said,
guys thoughts?
predictions as we hop into the draft.
I gotta say
Scythe,
Scythe.
Yeah.
Definitely
I gotta trust Scythe again.
Okay.
I went with him last game, maybe a little bit to spite LD.
He's already had one shot of Monster, guys. At this rate, he's
Yeah.
never going to sleep again.
Yeah, at this rate, it's just
We have like 4 more Scythe games on the mainstream, don't we? Or not 4 more, 4 total.
plenty of betting.
And we have plenty of
opportunities.
handles of Monster left.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Roland, press the
They
button.
serve Monster
Let's watch
handles,
the
I
draft.
believe.
Yeah.
Draft Arena, what's going on, LD?
Let's see. It was a first overall pick, Batrider. Interesting bands are all the Miracle Heroes, basically.
Holy moly, that is
That
a lot
is
of...
4 Miracle Heroes right
Yeah.
there, gods.
I mean
Dire
Void, no
team
hero he's known for.
Void,
but
Void's the one I'm like, I don't know if you really need to ban that against Scythe, but
I guess
they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, they saw the AA and thought,
Radiant
yeah,
team
Void plus
pick.
AA is a pretty good combo. Let's take it out.
Actually, Shadow Shaman Void is really nice as well, because the wards still attack even inside Chronosphere, so... And their Dire Sight, that could be quite annoying.
What else is left for Miracle then?
It's just like you ban 4 Miracle Heroes. Like, he can still play things like Anti-Mage, potentially, depending on the draft. Maybe not against the Shadow Demon, but... Like, the guy is pretty flexible.
I've seen
He's
players-
known for certain heroes,
Yeah.
but...
I've seen players split pushing
10
Slark once. That
seconds
was kind of fun. When he
remaining.
went Blink Dagger on Slark, went for the old loader build, and it worked out
5
really well.
seconds
He didn't
remaining.
use it to gank. He used it to split push though. It was a different style of Blink Dagger Slark.
Slark's actually a decent flash farmer, because he never has to go base with the passive regen,
Yeah.
and the nuke is very mana cheap, so you can spam it quite a lot.
Yep.
And 2 of them will bring down pretty much any creep wave.
As for MiTH Trust, they've gone Shadow Demon Treant. They've got their 2 supports, got an Invoker. Almost definitely looking at an Exort Invoker when you get the Shadow Demon there. Not to mention Shadow Demon Treant, not much damage output, so you need an Exort Invoker, I feel.
Yeah, I agree. And well, they get the Lakel's Weaver
Yeah.
here. So we were talking about his signature heroes, just chilling on the couch stream earlier, and it's the Weaver, the Morphling, as well as what was the other one? Anti-Mage? No.
No.
Clanks,
yeah.
yes, Clanks. The inventor of Blinks, actually, long before Eternal Envy ever
Yeah.
played it. Though he gets all the credit from the Western fans.
10
You know
seconds
nothing, Western Dota
remaining.
fans.
So they need an offlaner
5
still.
seconds
Not
remaining.
too big a deal there.
For Scythe, like I think a lot of Western teams will look at this and say this is a great TA game. Where Dire Sight, they're running an
Radiant
Invoker
team
mid.
banned.
We can just go TA, Shadow Shaman, and win mid lane or at least break even, and then Rosh.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see that from Scythe?
I think it could fit. You got the Batrider for the offlane. Lifesteal as a carry. Generally, you want to run like not as a 1 core. You want to get at least another
Dire
good
team
carry for the mid
banned.
lane, be it a Shadow Fiend, be it a hero like you mentioned, the TA. So I think
Um,
that's likely what you want to get.
Myth go right for the
Radiant
puck ban.
team
That
I
was a
don't-
very quick
I
one.
don't think that's the right ban here. I think Puck is not as problematic as a TA or Shadow Fiend.
Oh, there's also the Shadow Fiend. That's true.
Yeah.
So Miracle Lifestealer, is he the one who's going to play it? It's normally you think you were saying it's Hana who normally plays it, but
It depends. It depending on what their mid hero is. They may have Miracle play mid if they pick some kind of a greedy mid like a Shadow Fiend, but
10
he's played
seconds
Lifesteal once or twice that I can recall. This is to me, I think Scythe just say, look, we're gonna have to go with a
5
more standard
seconds
play style. This
remaining.
is, you look at this draft and like I would say Scythe have a slightly stronger draft. They've got standard good lanes,
Reserve
Lifesteal
time.
plus Batrider and Fest Bombs. Mid lane is wide open for them to pick any hero they want, be it a SF or a TA. Both match up pretty well against Invoker. I guess Quaswex Invoker gives SF a few problems.
the one thing Myth does have though is what we saw from Mineski, which is if they start catching heroes out at level 1,
Yeah.
they can just crush. Treant, Shadow Demon could go to the secret shop. Granted, I don't think it'll work on Scythe this game after what Mineski did to them previously, but that early movement could be very powerful
Yeah.
and potentially problematic.
One of the cool things about the Weaver is it carries. You can always do that offensive tri lane, leaving Weaver safe lane solo.
This is an unkillable Weaver. Like
Yeah.
they're unless he just tower dies and gets shackled under tower, he's
Yeah.
not dying.
I mean, you can leave him
10
safe lane solo
seconds
against the
remaining.
Batrider and go Shadow Demon Treant plus 1 offlane, and that's why I think Scythe banned the
5
Axe rather
seconds
than like a
remaining.
Centaur. I think Centaur would maybe been a better ban, but they go Slark instead.
Good versus Bat Rider.
Dire
Pretty
team
good versus Shadow Shaman as well, with if he doesn't instantly hex you.
I wonder what their lanes are going to be now. Like, the offensive trial's not the strongest, but
No, it's a Weaver trialing against Lifestealer though, and Tree Shadow Demon's not terrible.
the AA the chilling touch is just scary whenever you're trialing versus trialing. Like, you haven't got that much killing power to stand up against them.
It is, but Shadow Shamans and Lifestealer aren't that great with chilling touch because melee hero, low attack range hero, and Shadow Shaman are very squishy.
10 seconds remaining.
I think both trialing. I would give a slight edge to Myth with, especially at the
5
early
seconds
levels. Like when Shadow
remaining.
Shaman's level 1, you have Leech Seed. Weaver can go super hard, and they're not gonna have lockdown for him. At least not much early on.
I think Leech Seed's a deciding factor there. That's also good level 1.
Also, if they want to go aggressive, they do have Sunstrikes to fall back on. But the key thing is it gives them a safe lane Slark against Bat, and that's a matchup Slark can dominate. Bat has nothing on him. You can just Dark Pact off anything he throws your way.
Yeah. We'll see what last pick for Scythe is going to be. I think I would lean slightly towards Shadow Fiend. I think it gives you a good late game. MiTH don't have good early game roamers, so Shadow Fiend should at least get a good CS and last hitting at least the first 5 minutes of the game. I mean, Shadow Demon Trink can in theory roam, but
It's Shadow Fiend or TA. Those are to me like the two to decide between.
yeah. I don't think getting like another team fight tempo control initiator like a Magnus or anything along those lines is a good idea here.
And
so.
I don't know if it matches up well hero-wise, and I definitely don't think it fits their style.
No.
And to me, that's like play to your strengths. Scythe sort of did it. They did it towards the end of last game, but they didn't really draft to do it. And I think if they'd either drafted more that way or just calmly approached the game with like, we're just going to win this by Rat Dota from the word go, they probably would have won.
Or do you pull out the Bloodseeker, the Slack, and it's good against Slack and Invoker, man.
Bloodseeker destroys Weaver as well.
Honestly, this would be a fantastic Bloodseeker game. I don't think they will pick it. It's just like too much of a crazy pick and not something I think Scythe have ever run. But hey, man, it's X Freedom. I guess he's not in the drafting seat right now, but I'm sure he's whispering in Miracle's ear like, "This is the Bloodseeker game. Get the Bloodseeker."
How about a Tinker? Is there room for a Tinker this game?
Yeah.
There's not many stuns on Myth.
It's not a bad game. I mean, speaking of no stuns, Storm Spirit's always good. Storm Spirit's like
Storm
that nice,
Storm
that
might
nice
be a good choice.
kind of like in between like semi-carry
10
and
seconds
like
remaining.
initiator. Like he's kind of that in between Puck and Shadow Fiend. Like he's that middle ground which kind of has some
5
carry potential, but
seconds
also some really
remaining.
good team fight control.
Tinker. There you go. Well,
Miracle Tinker. They need this is to me like they wanted a hero which more suits Miracle's play.
look
So,
at that hexagon. That is a well-developed hexagon.
Damn.
That is the
That
most.
hexagon has style.
That's almost a regular hexagon, man. I don't think we've ever seen one that close to being a proper regular hexagon before.
Hexagons are actually back.
That Tinker pick like fleshed everything out. I think Tinker might be have some of the highest overall ratings in our database.
I like that hexagon.
By the way, as a random aside for those wondering, the ratings were pretty much all done by pro players. So these are not just some crackpot casters throwing their random numbers out there. But well, with that being said, let's introduce our teams. It's MiTH Trust versus Scythe. You're watching the Southeast Asian
Prepare for
qualifiers for the
battle.
International 4 presented by Monster Energy. And, well, MiTH Trust sitting in okay position after a few games. Scythe, okay position as well. Neither teams look dominant, but a win here would go a long way towards shoring up their day one as they head towards day number 2.
All right. Well, I'll start by introducing the Radiant team, which is going to be Team MiTH Trust. We've got Shadow Demon being played by TNK in the support role. On the orange role, it's going to be Lakel's playing the farming Weaver. We've got Tree and Protector in the hands of Boombell. Off towards the mid lane, off on a bit of an adventure for himself. And then back towards mid lane, we have Arba, who's going to be playing the solo mid Invoker by the looks of things. Finally, in the safe lane, we've got KYT, safe lane Slark, possibly just going to be looking at a 1v1 matchup for him.
All right, and on the dire side, we've got Scythe Gaming. It'll be a Miracle Tinker. He is going
30
mid.
seconds
He
to
carried
battle.
pretty hard in game 1. Can he carry even harder this game? Will he need to? We'll see. I think they've got a slightly more well-rounded draft and not as much pressure on him to perform. But X Freedom handling that Ancient Apparition. That does put Palosa onto the Lifestealer. In the off lane will be the Bat Rider handled by Hana. Chibix, as we can see on the Shadow Shaman. And is that everyone? I think that's
X Freedom?
And yeah, we
I was just watching X-Stream. He's like, well, just across a couple trees from
The
Boombell.
battle
They'd be-
begins.
First blood on Tinker.
It seems
Invoker's so weak for this.
Yeah,
Like, you
he's
gotta
got-
get level 2, and even then it's just Cold Snap, Leech Seed, right clicks.
Maybe if Shadow Demon smokes for it, but Shadow Demon has no smoke, so I don't see this working until Invoker gets level 2, but you do get level 2 off the first creep wave, so he could go...
Could
he may
get
get
Cold
Quas.
Snap.
Yeah. If he wants to go for this kill, I think he has to go Quas.
Yeah, Sunstrike is very unreliable here.
He's waiting to see how good his block is, I think. If he gets a bad block, I think he just says it can't do it.
Maybe they can still send the Shadow Demon in if they start with a Leech Seed, but they need a little bit of a push out for Miracle, and the creep block's dead even.
Yeah.
They're gonna make their move now.
Oh, they
They'll
got
actually get close.
Yeah.
It's not very quick to react here.
Get this.
It's daytime.
Get the Exalt for the bonus damage, which is the right move considering you're still level 1, and there we go. Bamboozle.
That was surprising. It's daytime and he didn't smoke, and Miracle was quite slow to react to that.
Yeah, just timed it really well.
And he was on the high ground as well. Like, he had the vision, just maybe had his camera elsewhere for a second or was a little distracted.
The block was just good enough, I guess, from Arba, but hey, works out. And Lakel's we're seeing in the offlane, so normally the safe lane farmer for the team will be probably joined up by some support. Shadow Demon's making his way up there, but for now, Lakel's may struggle to get some farm against this tri-lane.
Yeah, Weaver is generally not much of a solo offlaner. It looks like he'll get help now, though. Shadow Demon comes in, Tree will come in. They just wanted to slow down Miracle, give the Invoker a bit of a head start, and now they'll leave the Invoker in a 1v1. Still a fine matchup for Tinker. You can always just blind him and sit back, stack Ancients, although it's a lot easier to do that on the Radiant side than Dire, but I think it's really hard. That's always the last resort. Top lane, looks like they are finagling around for a potential go on. The Shadow Shaman being the ideal target here.
Can't go and Poison. That's not going to work. You can just.
They could go X Freedom maybe.
Oh,
Disruption's here. I think they've got a Sunstrike as well. Not sure just yet. X Freedom slowed down by the lead. See the right clicks come out, and this Shadow Demon tree, it's been wrecking face in America, and it's doing the same here in Southeast Asia on day number 1 of the qualifiers. There will be a Soul Catcher on the Colossal, but not enough damage. If Lakel's can run him down, one auto attack, the jukes, the plays.
90 damage.
Great Sunstrike.
That was a bad Sunstrike. That was
pretty
I
bad.
think you should have hit that one.
And now there's still more action in the jungle. We're not done just yet. As Chivix will catch out the tree and protect it, but turn around from Scythe. Now Miracle comes in with a haste. There's no mana on Lakel's. What a disaster for MiTH Trust, feeding away their advantage. They give up 3. They get nothing.
Oy.
Nice juke by the Lifestealer, and then just a better play. Or a bit of a misplay as well from the Invoker with that Sunstrike.
So greedy. Boombell was like leading the chase with no mana for another Leech Seed. If he had just that mana for another Leech Seed, it would have been fine. Because Leech Seed not only helps secure another kill, but heals them up in the process. It was short like 15-20 mana, and they should have just not have been chasing as a result. But they threw away their lead. That was really bad. Miracle as well. He's suddenly got his bottle. He's got a kill. I think he's got his boots as well coming out. You betcha he does. And it's suddenly no longer as fantastic this game for Scythe.
Well, they're going to try and hunt through the Dire jungle here, almost finding a courier, but narrowly off the mark. Boombell.
Sees the stacks at least, which is good.
Yeah. They are...
Miracle's
Cold
actually
Snap
maybe
mid lane.
trouble.
Looks like we're going to have a go here on the Tinker. They can Leech Seed him. Is their follow-up for this, though? The Forge Spirit giving him the right click. Another death for Miracle. I do like this focus a lot. Keep on ganking Miracle. Do not let him sit back and play his game, which is just get the Boots of Travel and then split push for days.
Yeah, you can probably heal up the Invoker with the Living Armor mid and just make his way back to Fountain. Like, yeah, he's so close to Fountain. Well, he's not actually using Living Armor. Okay, there we go.
This is not an easy kill on Slock. They do start with the Hex, but he leaps out.
Or Dark Pact just to be safe.
Level 1 Hex. If that's level 2 Hex, they probably get the kill, but he's not very highly leveled.
Looking at bottom lane, they're just kind of trading farm. 17 CS on Bat, 13 on Slark. I think this is a pretty expected result. KYT really got stacked a lot and pulled a lot of regen side with a Magic Stick to help him out, so had the right items for this matchup and has done, I think, it's about as well as you can expect. I mean, if you have a really good game and lasted amazingly, you probably go about even with a Bat Rider, but 4 to 5 CS behind is reasonable as well.
Yeah. Once he hits level 5, Slark gets a lot scarier, though. That's the point where he can just leap onto the Bat Rider, you just Dark Pact off the sticky Napalm, and if not kill him, definitely drive him off the lane, force him to go well. And once he's gone to heal, I'd say you actually have the edge. But the first few levels are not the easiest.
Yeah, Slark level 6 is the worst, because he can just harass you so much, and then he just gets free HP regen. So
and you go Fountain. Then he's a level ahead of you, and the lane's hard.
I like this bottle pickup for Hannah. Like, as much as you want to be rushing a Blink, I think the bottle's going to help him out a lot in this lane.
Yeah, you want the sustain. They'll go in mid again. They don't want to let Miracle have space. He's not getting it. This Sunstrike is on the mark. Incinerated by Abba. 3 deaths for Miracle in 5 minutes. This is taking Scythe out of their comfort zone. They're used to getting space for Miracle, and they are not giving him much.
This is how Trine, I think, should be played. We've seen the games we've seen so far where Trine's been ineffective and lost. I think it's just been when it's sat back and played passively. I think if you're picking this hero, you've got to be using it for its level 1 presence, which is all about the boots plus Leech Seed, his ganking presence, and then the ability to keep all your tier 1 towers up. You deny so much early game gold to your opponents that you can just start snowballing out of control.
Yeah, and I mean, like it's in the early game he's super aggressive, then later on he can, like you said, just completely change his playstyle and win the war of attrition. It's kind of an interesting hero in that regard.
I think MiTH are doing amazingly this early game. Unfortunately, that one chase kind of set them back a little bit, but I think all in all, these lanes are going fantastic. All three of their core heroes with 20 plus CS. Similar story for Scythe, they're just slightly under with 18 CS on Lifestealer Tinker, but all those deaths on the Tinker adding up pretty hardcore.
He has been stacking the jungle, as you pointed out. The big camp's there, and Tinker can farm 2 camps. Radiant jungle a bit better. Top lane looks like we're going to have a dive. The Sunstrike Disruption combo does land. X-Freedom completely caught out. They could go for Chibix as well, but the body block and a Leech Seed, that's going to be 2 more dead, and these will be clean kills. Lifestealer wants no part of that.
Yeah, Peloton was just like, he was already low HP at the start of that fight. He's just out of HP regen. They've won this off lane, actually, like as much as the CS is semi-even between Weaver and Lifestealer, 22 to 19. Weaver's still got Magic Wand, 3 charges, Salve, and a Tango, whereas Lifestealer ran out of regen and has been sitting on like 200 to 300 HP for a long, long time. So Lifestealer is just forced out of the lane, and I think this top lane's much more of a win than the CS suggests.
Yes, and well, Scythe are a bit of a greedy draft, end of the day. Ancient Apparition strong in the lane in theory, try on try, but well, we saw the Tram Protector Shadow Demon just a bit stronger and at that level 1 stage, especially with Shadow Shaman Lifestealer backing him up, and they need levels. These supports can't really go help mid. If they do, then they're just useless in the mid game. So I like the way MiTH is played, not only because they have Tree, but also because Scythe went greedy with their support.
This Tree already has Arcane Boots. That's also really scary. Like, you can just be spamming Leech Seed for days. I'd even pick up a second point in that Leech Seed. Not a bad idea.
Look at this bat. He's stacking the Radiant jungle. Yeah, Arcane Boots is quite good here as well.
I mean, he's not getting his own jungle, I guess. That's for Tinker. Although
and they even went to the bother of warding his big camp. So this works out beautifully for him.
Yeah, Tinker's gonna come. He's just gonna. Well, he can't stack this. He's just gonna farm it up. And I think Miracle's just gonna do whatever he can to find that double.
Did you see him doing this? Invoker has a MiTH, and Miracle's at about half HP.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna be
no
careful.
dire wards. Oh, Miracle. He's gonna clear it soon. If he runs straight back, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
If he gets caught here by a Leech Seed, that's probably a Sunstrike into a kill. Oh, it's off the mark again! I think one more right click. If he gets it off, it's
oh, he's just 355. Don't turn.
Now he's probably gonna die.
10 HP, Miracle. That was close.
These Sunstrikes are just off the mark. Meanwhile, bottom lane, there's a dive on the Bat Rider. Slark going ham. We'll find Hana. And they might be a secondary Sunstrike before Miracle makes it to the well, as I believe it'll cool down pretty soon.
Oh, Lifestealer at top taking a lot of damage on the tower. Likel's gonna get a solo kill. Yeah, you betcha. Time lapse out of there.
Yeah, they're just destroying all of these lanes.
MiTH are just outplaying people like in solo lanes. Like Slark gets a solo kill on Bat, Weaver gets a solo kill on Lifestealer. When you're getting solo kills in multiple lanes, that just should not happen. Like once in a while, like
bottom
in one lane, it's
again
one
with
thing.
the leap in. This pressure from KYT.
Yeah.
He's forced in a rotation. Looks like Miracle's he's decided he's not safe. He's just gonna farm Ancients from the high ground here bottom, but that means
TNK.
mid.
Oh my god,
mid
look
is
at this.
just wide open.
Straight through the tower with living armor on.
Why not? Well, he does get shackled up here. This might be a bit too aggressive. Has the stick charges, Sunstrike.
Yeah.
Ah, that's gonna connect as well, and down goes the Shadow Shot.
TNK maybe a bit. Not the most advised rotation path. He's gonna go down, and that's a kill to Miracle, who suddenly has a 9-minute boot to travel.
What? Not dying in the jungle. If he dies there, this is quite a bit delayed.
Not just boots of travel, but boots of travel, bottle, and soul ring. This guy, and level 9. He's the highest level in the game. Like, you can't actually shut this guy down, apparently.
I think he's cheating. I'm pretty sure that's the only explanation for this.
I mean, he had a double.
It does go back to the Invoker Sunstrike miss.
Yeah.
You kill him there, he's sitting at like 1,400 gold. And he also killed off an Ancient stack, which...
Yes. So it's just a double stack, I think. I don't know if it was more than a double. I think it was a double stack.
It's still... Even at this stage of the game, it's like 400, 500 gold.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's still pretty decent.
That's a ton of XP, so...
Yeah. Scythe have used the jungle well. They even stacked the Radiant jungle, they farmed that, so... Despite technically losing the lanes, they've made the best of the other parts of the map.
Scythe is just showing their ability to adapt and just play when they're under pressure and from behind. Because like, even looking at Hana on the Bat Rider, he's 500, 600 gold away from a Blink Dagger. You've got Tinker, who already has Boots of Travel, Soul Ring. You've got... Lifesteal's probably the one who has struggled the most and who shouldn't have struggled. He's given away kills he shouldn't. To me, everyone apart from Lifesteal's played this game really well in catch-up mode. Like, even though Bat Rider got solo killed, I think end of the day, you look at him and think, yeah, he's on track to get a Blink Dagger. He messed up when he got solo killed, but he's still done his job apart from that. The only hero, Lifesteal, I just feel like is kind of played the...
Looks like bottom lane, we're going to have an engagement here as Miracle TP's in, but little does he know, it's a trap. And the backstab comes. Well, drops the march, he gets one. He
Or
might
two.
get two.
Yeah.
2 for 1. They at least get the Tinker kill, not too shabby. KYT looking for more, and they'll get more. They get a 2 for 2. They bring down the core Tinker. They lose 2 supports. Not too shabby, but if KYT falls here, wouldn't be the best. You can't auto-attack during the lasso. He misses the flame break. KYT's going to live. It turns out well in the end. Getting the miracle kill well worth losing 2 supports there.
Yeah, they'll take it.
Top lane, we could have an engage as well, but well, they drop a sentry. What do they do to this Weaver?
Kel's just playing so aggressive.
It's a Weaver versus lifesteal. Like, he needs some stuns backing
He's
him up.
just crushing Polosan. And they're trying to bait it with the Shadow Shaman there, but I don't think this is going to work. Lakel's is living armor and time-lapse ready. They just can't burst him down. They've already used Infestu. Maybe if they had the Infest damage,
They
but
can get him like the second the living armor wears off, though. If he gets caught out then, and lifesteal is on top of him and is Infest, I think it's enough.
it's still just level 1 Hex, level 1 Shackle.
That's true.
It's maybe with the Ether Shock damage as well, it's close, but yeah, they back off. They're like, we can't deal with this guy.
MiTH do not want to let up on the pressure. It's yet another smoke as the Ancient Apparition ult comes in mid. Miracle diving for the tier 1 tower kill. Sunstrike, Disruption, that's going to connect as well. And now Miracle is slated to fall. Indeed, he will.
They'll use even Purge for that. It wasn't
What is
needed,
his
but
record now? I feel like he's died 5
5 times. Yeah, 3 and 5.
And yet he's still farming quite decently.
Look, you can. I think MiTH Trust will be somewhat deceived by the fact they'll be like, oh, he's 3 and 5. Like, we're doing really well to shut him down, but
Well, they've seen his items. I mean, they can't
yeah,
be that
that's true.
deceived.
They know he somehow had a 9-minute boot to travel, and they're thinking like, what the frick just
To be
happened
fair, as much as Miracle's keeping up, MiTH are ahead. They're looking towards the Necrobook
yeah.
here on the Invoker, the Slark snowballing. The Weavers, they have the 3 lead farmers in terms of cores. I think the main concern for them is that Scythe is a good lineup to play from behind. They're good at defending high ground. And it looks like we might see action top here break out as there's a disruption. And a Sunstrike could follow this one up. Nope, not available. it looks
No
like.
purge as well. They look at the leak seed off, and Bloodstone trying to chase here. There's no level 6 overgrowth. Unfortunately, lifesteal getting very low. Into the back right he goes. They pop down. Now Bloodstone's got no rage, but they've already got 2 kills. Weaver and Treant make it 3 with the Shadow
The Weaver
Demon.
T-ball back. He time-lapse back in. He wants to
man.
go for this. Diving Polosan. Is there
is-
any lockdown? This is a very risky play. This could well be a
The
dieback.
sentry.
He's still spotted up by a sentry. Down he goes. The feeds. Sunstrike. Actually, quite far off. Yeah, that blink back again.
Tower is under attack.
They haven't gotten the Slark involved in any fights. He's just been farming bottom. Once he gets Shadowblade, maybe this changes, but
Yeah.
they're just diving Scythe in their own jungle 3v5, and it's not enough.
That was really bad, but I think it's like you
Net
have,
worth changed. Wow.
their 2 most important core heroes at this. I actually don't think Weaver's an important core hero. I think it's Slark and Invoker who are going to be the big mid-game heroes. Invoker with Necro 3 and Slark with Shadowblade. So those heroes weren't involved. Probably a bad idea to take the fight, but at the end of the day, they were farming during it, so it's an okay-ish trade.
Yes.
The Weaver buyback was foolish, but to me, Weaver's not even going to be a carry this game. He's just going to be like a distracting menace that's just annoying because
It
of
was
his
a
link of
pretty
fear.
bad fight. It's just that it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Like, you look at the numbers, it's hugely favoring Scythe there.
Still killed a lifesteal. This lifesteal's got 3.3k net worth. He is just in struggle town.
Yeah. Nice thing with Lifesteal is you can just build, like, armlet, cheap items,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he's not going to be a high-effect hero. He is also not a carry.
No.
At this point, Miracle and... Basically, Miracle is the carry. And the
Yes.
global threat. Ancient Apparition ult will come through top. They're looking for go here on the Weaver. But Lakel's already making his retreat. Shadowblade now picked up on Slark. Are they really going to dive the Weaver? That's such a risky play. No. Looks like that action will end. Bottom lane's where the real action will be. As the Tinker's under tower. Miracle gets purged. The Soul Catcher comes out. They've disabled any sort of escape path for him. He'll go down. Then Polosan comes in. Now they have Overgrowth. They can go for more here. Sunstrike available. They Overgrowth after the rage. Polosan not taking Sunstrike damage. Still goes down. 2 cores for nil. And top lane. Still more action breaking out. But the Weaver, time lapses away.
Them Treant rank 6 have been carrying this game. I don't know, man. This Treant's done some serious work.
Tree seems to be the go-to hero right now in Southeast Asia, at least from the 2 games I've casted.
Yeah. The one game I saw early on, he did really poorly and had no impact. But this game, it's been huge. He's been the MVP so far, doing the most work on the map. And TNK's done well setting up kills, but he's been like a bit of a suicide bomber.
Hana is going to get caught by a Shadowblade, but the leap's off the mark. Now KYT's trapped in an awkward situation. He tries to TP out. That will be canceled. The Shadowblade cooling down for 10 seconds time. He dark packs off of those damage, but goes down to a flame break.
That was
very high risk type of play.
MiTH Trust like get these leads and then just play foolish. Kind of, no, they're throwing away just these small little. They're just giving Scythe these freebies for no reason. First in the jungle with the Lakel's buyback, then that play there. Even if he hits that pounce, I don't think it ends well for him.
He probably gets the kill and then dies. Like it's. I
Yeah.
think at that point it's a 1-for-1.
And getting the kill is even like no guarantees there, depending when Chibix can get his disables off.
And Hana's already got a blink, so the bat's already a pretty decent impact hero. Trading your Slark, who might well be your carry, is just not a great trade.
Suddenly Tinker's at least catching up to the Slark and Weaver on net worth, although Invoker... Oh god, this Invoker is so rich. He's like, he hasn't even left mid lane, he's just been throwing Sunstrikes from mid and he's hitting level 12. Necro 3 at like 16 minutes we're looking at here.
This is Resolution-esque farm. Like, this is what he was doing at Starlighter, playing
Yeah.
Exhort Invoker. 17-minute MiTH, Necro Book, Treads, and just single-handedly crush the game. The dive will come in mid once again as the bottom tower is sieged out. They're looking for the Tinker, but they're just a bit too late. However, Slark joins the fight, looks for Blossom. Can he get this kill in time? No Infest available. He couldn't get it off now, trying to trade, but, well, it'll be a 1-for-1. Lakel's tanking the war damage, just gets popped.
Yep.
That'll be the end of that.
Pounce KYT, but he'll back off after.
Man, that's where you would like to have the buyback for Weaver. Then he could have actually got some kills.
Ooh, they found Miracle again behind the T1 tower. Miracle in all sorts of trouble with the Cult Up. He's trying to get Arbor, but not going to get a chance to blink. Lasso Arbor, living armor may save his life here. He's still alive for now. Needs an escape plan. Not going to have one. The Overgrowth just half a second too late.
From beyond the grave, the Forge Spirit's doing the heavy lifting. They'll bring down X Freedom. TNK still alive.
Still there.
Stick charges. No, he gets cleaned up. One more chop. Now they'll lose Boomo as well. It's a feeding frenzy from MiTH. Dropping 4.
Oh.
Can the Slark clean up? 4 for 4. What a bloody mess. 20-15 at 16.5 minutes.
SCA Dota, boys and girls.
Southeast Asian Qualifier already provided more entertainment in 4 hours than the American Qualifier did in 4 days. Shots fired indeed. And Mott won't even argue it with us. Mott's giving me the thumbs up. He can't deny it.
He's a convert.
Doesn't mean he likes the teams better, but he can't argue with the basic statement of fact.
Miracle.
This could be a long game. Basecamp just came in and saw the draft.
The Tinker is 4-7. He's had a bit of a rough game, Basecamp. It's still, I mean, like I say, he's got his blink dagger. He can just stall this game for days here. The thing is, MiTH, Necro 3 now online for your Invoker. He did die for the first time, unfortunately, which gave away quite a bit of gold as well as levels to Scythe, but even with a Necro 3 Invoker, they haven't even pushed this T1 mid. There's still a lot of towers up, and that really shows the power of this Tinker.
That's gonna change soon.
Yeah.
Like the tier 1 should fall, but it's more, do they get tier 2s? Do they actually truly bottle up Scythe?
We need some Blade Mail action to deal with this Tinker.
And
Blade
we'll get
Mail
the
or
tower deny as
Necrobook
well.
then. They've only got really the one Necrobook buyer, but Tree can go Blade Mail. Slark could maybe go Blade Mail. It's a bit of, well, I don't know about wasted items.
Oh, Miracle straight into the trees. KYT, can he find him? No.
He goes for it. Ooh, nice try.
Slightly off the mark there. We'll just keep on spamming the march. The Bat Rider's coming over the top. Hana. Maybe gonna set up a gank though. They have a ward here and they do spot the initiation. He actually jumps in. What was he thinking? They have a lane ward. They saw that one coming. Defeats.
Oh dear. Boombell getting very low. Marching Machine actually gonna help finish him off. Tinker gets a double kill. That's what he's thinking. I'll die for my Lord and Savior, Miracle Dota. 3 for 1. All right.
They could have just killed him and ran away. They just like soaked up wave after wave. The March of Machines is honestly winning Scythe these fights.
Yeah. Dude,
They're just tanking it, man.
Miracle is 6, 7, and 6. That is just like a crazy score to have at 18 minutes in. You've been feeding, but you've been getting lots of kills and assists for your team. So. He's going straight Bloodstone. What balls of steel?
And with 7 deaths.
Look, man. He's thinking, I'm done dying. I got my blink. Has he died since he got blink? Maybe once? I think he's died once since getting blink.
He has been dying a lot less. And they don't have much to punish the blink.
Look, man, you get
They don't have Bat Rider. They don't have like a Dark Seer with blink vacuum. There's just not much to find here on the trees.
You get Bloodstone, like, how are you going to die? You get all that bonus HP?
Trees are a Singaporean Dota player's best friend. It's, HYHY has been teaching the good folks for a long time. Well, Gods, is this just going to be rat mode for 20 minutes until Miracle's 6-slotted and has buyback and can't die?
I mean, let's look realistically towards late game. Scythe Gaming, how do they actually win this game? How do they push? How do they take towers? Because that to me is the big worry.
Shadow Shaman wards.
Yes, but that's like all they... I feel like Invoker alone can defend towers against the Shadow Shaman dropping wards down. Like, Lifestealer has to get farmed, and that's right now not happening. But he's He's in catch-up mode.
Does he need to get farmed? Like, they
Yes.
can just split
Absolutely.
push with the Tinker, Bat finds a lasso gank, you drop the wards, you take a tower.
Speaking of which, Batrider will find KYT here in the jungle. And that's another pickoff. They just
They don't need the lifestealer. They'll just get kills without him.
They
Top
can-
lane, there's a dive. Looks like they are going for Miracle here. Lakel's, well, who's found who? Miracle jukes in the trees. Now he gets hexed up.
Lakel's feeds.
He's going to go down, and
This is
base
deja
Kip
vu.
goes wild. They're looking
They're
for
not done.
Chivix. They've already lost 2 cores, and they're still diving for kills. They might get the Chivix kill, but is it really worth it? MiTH Trust going ultra deep.
Oh, Miracle blinked into the tree. He's got overgrowth. This is bad.
But where's the damage? There's just no one here to help him. Colosson's driving back Abba. The
Bring that
Necro 3
Necro
not
3.
doing enough damage.
Put the
Abba-
Necro through in the Tinker or something. Oh, he died. He died in the trees. Oh, no. Oh, Treant was just sitting in the trees above the Tinker and just casually dies to Mars.
Okay, they have gone into ultra tilt mode, completely throwing this game.
I don't know what I'm watching anymore.
MiTH Trust is no longer playing Dota.
It's still a weird game, because I feel like Lifesteal has to get really farmed before Scythe can actually win the game. Like, I don't see them pushing a tier 2 tower until this Lifestealer has 3 to 4 big items.
But what's MiTH's late game?
Or there's like 5 heroes dead.
MiTH, let's say MiTH isn't feeding. Like, what is their late game?
They've got 3 good late gamers. Slack, Weaver, and Boker.
They're good. I would much rather have the Tinker, Ancient Apparition, and Batrider bombs. They have a global presence.
Well, yeah, I agree. Scythe is better. That's if Lifesteal gets the farm, and right now he's not. He's the bottom. He's the bottom of those 6 heroes we just mentioned.
He's the red herring, man. Lifestealer's just here to distract MiTH, and they're falling right for the bait.
They're walking into this Tinker Martin machine a lot, and it's costing
They
them
have been
dearly.
making so many questionable plays.
This increased mana pool with like the point boost plus energy booster is seriously powerful. Like Miracle can just stay. Like he was at that top tier 2 tower for so long, spamming 12. I'm like, surely he's out of mana soon. Nope. He's still got mana. And it's all because of this bonus. What is it? 400 mana from energy booster plus point booster. Does some work.
Hey, he's like, you know what? They keep on focusing me. I keep on barely dying. I should just get more HP. Blink Dagger. I'll never die again.
All right, here we go.
Seems to be working.
Infest bombs all the way coming out from Hannah and Pelosin.
And they've got a gem and 4 staff on Batrider, and this is key. This makes very easy initiations possible. Shadow Demon, the ideal target. Weaver, a decent gank. With our smoke top, once again, they'll try and dive Miracle. And once again, this time they don't even get the opening, but that tower is such a death trap. Like, I'm surprised they're still going there.
They got that Necro 3, good to go. I don't think... No, Miracle TP's bottom. I think he realizes what's going on top lane, so...
He can be here in a jiffy. Here comes the Bat Bomb. They found out Abba, but immediately the defensive disruption. Holding the Batrider in place. They almost lose Boombell to start this Peloson. Dropping low the Lifestealer. Well, the Aegis will fall, though. He soaked up some damage here. It's the Bat who goes down. Now the Meteor definitely blasts a bit early.
Miracle only shows up now. He's a bit late for this fight. I don't think they should have taken it without him. They're going to actually get the kill on the Kelso, so they will push back MiTH Trust, but that could have gone a lot better if they had Tinker from the get-go. Tinker was bottom lane, and then from there, as the fight started, he TP'd mid when he could have TP'd top.
Did he maybe just TP'd right before the fight happened, or
Yeah.
was it like after he saw East or what?
It was around the same time.
Okay.
So he went mid as the fight as the Batrider blinked in for a lasso. So
Sounds like probably just bad luck more than anything. Because yeah, if he was there earlier, dropped a couple marches, that would have been a very favorable trade. Instead, it's actually decent for MiTH. They lose the Weaver, they break the Aegis, and they kill the Bat. So slight advantage for them.
well, now Bloodstone is up. Level 16 Tinker is actually put out. Miracle. Can he actually win this fight? He's going to go for the TP out.
The blind immediately removed by the Dark Pact and KYT. That's a key kill.
That was a well-timed Dark Pact. Well, I guess he's just spamming it for the extra damage. But
Yeah,
in the
it
end,
turned out to be very well timed.
if he gets the laser off after the Dark Pact, he lives that one. Look at that fast respawn.
Did he just pick up the Bloodstone, or did he have it
He
there?
just picked it
Okay.
up. So he respawns bloody fast, though, and he's going to be back online pretty soon.
Good
and
news is he didn't lose any charges.
He lost a few. Yeah,
Well, he picked it up after he died, right?
no.
no?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Still sitting at a decent number.
Yeah, this isn't too big a problem. And it was a bit of a silly death, but it's not going to... That one death won't cost me. If he dies again, like once or twice, then it's going to start costing me. But for now, no big deal. I wonder what he goes. I don't know if it's going to be a standard... I don't think he's going to go Hex this game for some reason. Yeah.
Dagon E-Blade,
Oh, he
man.
just bought... Apparently, he just bought the Null Talisman, so Dagon possibly in the cards. Yeah, I was thinking,
No,
yeah, Dagon
bottom
or
lane in the
Shivers.
jungle. There will be a Batrider lasso. It catches out Lakel's, and the Weaver dies again. Still no Lincoln Sphere. This
has been a terrible game for Lakel's. Like, he's been getting picked off, being way too aggressive, and someone who's known for this is casual, safe farming.
Not
not really showing
It's
it.
casual. It's not so safe.
These Ice Blasts have been spot on all game. X Freedom has been pinpointing these.
Even when Myth get kills, they just don't do anything with them, though. They're not breaking towers. Miracle just respawns and starts pushing in. They might find him top lane again, though. This would be a big one. He gets caught. Where's the cold snap? Oh, he has been hit by it. Now he's caught out a bit, but can they actually focus him down? They haven't found much damage on him. Now he lasers Abba. Miracle making the big plays. The Leech Seed keeps him alive. The Necrobooks isolate him, and this is going to be trouble. No blink out available. The Sunstrike's cornered him. Miracle suicides, though, but he does die again. Now, he's racking up the deaths at a rapid clip.
Well, so is Weaver, but I think it's still slightly going advantage Scythe. I mean, they're actually getting pushes on the bottom lane because MiTH Trusts are only killing Miracle with 5 heroes.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the only way they actually managed to kill the guy. They trade tier 2 towers now.
If they had taken safer fights earlier, they could be making just straight positive trades with the item advantage and with the not Scythe having as many items. Like, Scythe takes Rosh because MiTH took a horrible fight right before that, and that shouldn't have happened.
AA's picked up a cool little item, has a Rod of Atos, so we're going to see that. Mostly
guaranteed cold feet with the Ice Vortex, I would say.
Yeah, and also to break the Weaver's Lincolns. Like, it's a super long cast, spammable thing you can just use that. It's like, oh, no Rod of Atos for 10 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds. Holy
Helps
crap.
you tank up as well against Slark, so you're not so easy of a solo kill.
He's also level 13. Like, everyone's there's been so many kills that everyone is just super power level, which is fantastic for these supports because all these kills just mean they're getting XP all over the place, and AA especially because his Ice Blast from across the map are getting some of these.
MiTH have so few ways to cancel TPs, especially like longer range ones. Yeah. You've got Disruption, you've got Overgrowth, and Cold Snap, but only Cold Snap is even slightly reliable.
And the Invoker's just slowing down quite a bit. He was starting off, he got that like 16, 17-minute Necro 3, but since then, that last 10 minutes of the game, all these times his boots of travel.
Really early time lapse for Kelvin. Might get him out of here, though. The Overgrowth comes in as the teleport reaction comes from Abak. Reinforcements have arrived, and MiTH finally find a clean trade.
These, the counter feed. Well, it's like both teams are really just trying to push the limit, like trying to be as aggressive as possible with their farming as well as just how they pressure lanes. And now we look at top lane for Losen.
There's a infest available, but nothing to cancel.
KYT's like, look, I'm getting Basher ASAP. Like, this is just too much.
They need it. Like, he's found so many heroes on his own, and they just TP out. One of the big downsides to Slark. Normally, you can burst supports, but when everyone's been, like you said, power leveled, you're not bursting an Ancient Apparition with a Rod of Atos or any of these other tanky heroes.
So Tinker picks up Star for Wizard. Looks like it will be a Dagon out of him.
They need damage, to be fair, especially with Lifesteal being poor, so I don't think it's an awful choice.
Kills will get out. He's still got the Lincoln, so should be alright. And Bat holding on to... Yeah, he's still got Gems, so that's good news for Scythe. They can get map control. It's actually really good MiTH Trust warding up. Like, the game is constantly being played on Scythe's side of the map, and there's complete vision for MiTH Trust, which with a Bat Rider with Gems, he needs to, like, just focus 30 seconds of his game on dewarding right now. And
as soon as if they do win a big fight, they'll definitely get that time. And looks like they might smoke here at the bottom of tier 2 and head towards the Radiant jungle.
I think just dewarding 2 to 3 of these wards on the map will suddenly give Scythe so much more space and room to farm and just do their thing. Like right now MiTH are in a good position just because of their vision.
This Invoker is keeping up for now, but as the game goes later, it does get to the point where you'd just rather have the Tinker if you're just trading farm between the two.
Well, I'd say, yeah, Invoker's... Tinker's actually kept up. Like, I'm not sure where all the time... I guess Bloodstone
imagine if Miracle didn't have 9 deaths. Like, he'd be so much farther ahead.
Oh, God.
Well, the Lasso comes in mid. The Infest bombs here. They'll isolate TNK immediately. Nice. Triad ultimate.
Save the gem.
Oh, he's going to die as well. Now the ward's dropped. They're going to lose at least 2.
Take turns to pick up the gem. No, he's not going to get it. Close picks it up.
Now the tower will fall, and Scythe start to push into enemy territory. Their first time on the Radiant side for quite some time.
Okay. And with that, they get a couple wards up, which are much needed. The Roshan ward, as well as the one near the Radiant Ancients. That one's more so just for general vision around mid lane, but with that, they back off, and it's dewarding time.
Suddenly, Lifestealer has Abyssal Blade, by the way, if he wants it. He's got 3,700 gold, so...
Cool beans.
You get an Abyssal Blade on him? Cool beans.
What?
Face skip like that.
Cool beans.
That is cool beans. I like cool beans. As opposed to hot beans. Lame beans.
What kind of beans? I mean, beans is very general. Like green beans. We're talking like baked beans.
Soybeans.
Lima beans.
What's your favorite kind of bean, guys?
I'm big on green beans. Green beans are really good. You cook them in like some garlic so, like garlic oil and butter. It's like, oh man.
Sounds like a real delicacy.
I don't know. Need some truffles for it to
Some
be a
truffles.
delicacy.
We had a fun discussion about truffle oil.
Brian
K-pop Tosis was
yeah, man.
flaming it hard. He called it garbage, like the garbage of foods. Looks like we'll have an engagement though. Sark looking to go in. Still doesn't have any lockdown.
It's nice having a Slark because you know if they see. So you can be roaming around and you know if they've got wards or some kind of a vision on top of you. They see AA from the high ground. They could go for a Purge Disruption, but they want bigger fish at the bottom lane.
No, they're still finessing around. It
This
looks
is
like
such a trap. Like they're just seeing behind Miracle.
this positioning from Scythe is so hard to fight into for MiTH.
I like this from MiTH. They're just going to right-click down the racks with the minions. That's a safe play. Don't commit anything. Get the tower back off. Like after you've got the tower, you've got no reason to hang around. You want to do some dewarding, but you've mostly done that. If they check Roshan, get this Observer, you've got the Necro 3. Wrong way, TNK. Poison up the hill.
Yeah, they'll see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only get vision on the trail,
There
so
we
this is
go.
yeah, there you go.
Phew. Invisor, pick that up, man. There we go. There we go.
Coach God's on the move.
I don't even know who I want to win. I honestly,
Radiant's
I have
top tower
no
is
preference as
under
to who win this
attack.
game. I'm just glad we've had such. I just hope both teams keep entertaining as much as they have. This has been a fun game.
And finally, Miracle, he's topped the farm charts. He might have, I don't know, 8, 9 deaths, whatever it is, but with the Bloodstone, saving a little bit of gold each time he dies, and also just spending less time dead, it's getting him back in this
Radiant's
game.
top tower is under attack.
Straight Dagon 5 it is. He's picked up the Dagon 2 already. He's just going to be looking to level that bad boy up. So it's a good option, I think, this game. Like, I still think he's going to need more than just a Dagon 5 before they're able to win this one.
No, this is just so he can taser TNK down when he's in lane and then spend the rest of the time farming his next 2 items. I mean, to be fair, if you just want to farm, I think Shiva's is the better choice. But this does make him more of a solo kill threat.
Yeah. It just puts that little bit of extra pressure on. And the rest of his team are looking to apply pressure and fight, so he can join those fights later on and have a big impact. And it's going to TP top, so that's exactly where the rest of his 4 teammates are. It seems Scythe are happy to go for a fight. Meanwhile, MiTH are going to say, you take our tier 1, we take your Roshan.
This is a good trade for MiTH. If they give up a tier 1, they take the Rosh. It's worth it.
Even if they don't defend their tier 2, I think it's still good trade. At this stage, Aegis is a huge asset to have, even if you give up 2 towers. But I don't think they will have to give up 2 towers. Certain ones have already been dropped for tier 1. Ice Blast is going to go flying towards the tier 2, and they're like, oh, wait, you're not there. You've taken Rosh. Yeah, that's not good.
The Dagon keeps on being leveled up.
There you go.
This game has felt like a pub game on many levels, and the item builds are just the least of that.
Here comes a Hex from Invoker. This is a key item.
Key
for
item
MiTH
indeed.
Trust.
Yeah, this is how you can actually kill the Tinker now, like reliably kill him.
Oh, they're in the trees. They're going to just TP on out, all of them.
Oh, Overgrowth barely clipping Pulse on. He's gonna rage out and
silly.
just TP immediately. Yeah, they wouldn't have caught him otherwise. To be
Yeah,
fair.
he was waiting for that rage TP. He wasn't going to use it till the over. He could have just gone for the. I guess he couldn't get in range for the leech seat until he had another blink. I didn't see if he actually used the blink at the start there, but.
Oh yeah, he used the blink to get in range for the
Okay,
Overgrowth.
so he had to wait for another blink to actually get off a leech seat, I imagine. He could have
He
chased
might
it.
have just been in range, but
Like, everyone from Scythe had TP'd out, but.
end of the day, this lifesteal is already feeding. So what's one more death?
Yeah.
It's to me, it's gonna be the Miracle show again. They can use the infest bombs well with the Tinker. I think they just have good synergy for a carry Tinker. Like so much global pickoff potential. MiTH, not so much. Like in theory, Slark and Invoker are decent, but that just doesn't compare to this. You could just send the Shadow Shaman anywhere. You smoke behind him, and he's ready with a Blink Hex, and Ancient Apparition ult comes in. You suddenly have 5 heroes there and just win the fight.
Batrider is just such a good hero at all stages, especially late game. Batrider is my favorite late game hero to have. Like, if someone told me like
It's the
what
worst. Like if you could pick one hero not to have to play against late game, I think Batrider is the very top.
If someone said you're 60 minutes in the game, what hero do you not want to be against? Like, I would say Batrider every single time. Like, at the end of the day, there's so many good late game carries, but there's no utility hero that does what Batrider does.
There's heroes like Darkseer that can match or exceed him defensively. There's
Yeah.
other heroes that can offer you more in team fights, like Magnus perhaps, but in terms of just most versatile and most difficult to deal with, Bat is at the top.
Bat is just like guaranteed single target. Like, because late game he's going to have a BKB, he's going to have 4-star Blink Dagger, and maybe some extra movement speed from Master Command. He's guaranteed a pick off. You'll get Darkseer if you have a BKB. You can't even always get off the vacuum wall, because if you BKB, the vacuum doesn't affect you. So.
And there's ways to deal with him. Just split push, don't let him get the 5-man vac wall. They'll blink through the trees here. Scythe.
Someone's being found.
Those,
Goombell sniffs it
these
out.
HY disciples.
Jack. Scythe are just so. They do this stuff. constant just lingering in these trees, trying to just find a pick off, and as soon as it feels too dangerous, they just mass TP out.
It's a little disgusting.
Well, Miracle's got his Ghost Scepter, so that's a Dagon 3 Ghost Scepter, maybe starting his Ethereal Blade nice and early.
Ghost Scepter's pretty nice this game. Only really Invoker that can punish it.
Oh man, he's swapping his bottle in and out from his stash when he gets to the fountain.
Radiant's middle tower
Some pretty nice efficiency coming from Miracle.
Yeah, you'd much rather have the Ghost Scepter in fights, and you get the regen benefits at the fountain.
Get back online a little bit faster. And there's a fight going on here. Lifestealer will get the Rage TP out.
Tree
No
looking for an
range.
overgrowth, but yeah, just a bit short.
He's going Refresher. I like this from Tree. I think it's a smart pickup. He has some slight mana issues to get that off.
He's got the double arcanes. Yeah. It's 375 mana plus 350. Yeah, I think he's got just enough.
Yeah, just enough with the double arcane.
You can't use all your other spells repeatedly, though. Maybe you can get off one Leap Seed as well.
He has to save the double arcanes for that one, I imagine. And then more dewarding from him, so MiTH Trust playing pretty blind, but similar story for Scythe. They've just got the one observer on the top lane there. Uh-oh.
Closing thought, but with the Ghost Scepter, what can they really do against him? Then he turns around, he says, surprise, say hello to my taser.
That was ambitious.
And now he's not done. He breaks in, he will get hexed, but they can't really focus him, I don't think. As the Ghost Scepter, once again, this Ghost Scepter is too strong.
That's a feat.
Age is down for nothing. What are they going to get out of this? Not a whole lot.
Okay. Aegis was going to expire in 2 minutes. I mean, 2 minutes. There's no need to throw it away, I guess.
Yeah, that's... The Ghost Scepter to me is going to be the... I think they need to go get a Diffusal Blade on, like, Slark or something here, because they just... Only Invoker can kill him during that. And there's so many... They have great defensive... like, someone has a... I guess the Bat had the Force Staff there, and they can just Force Staff him out, and then the whole Invoker combo misses.
I think Invoker needs a Blink Dagger this game to do
Yeah, Blink Hex to deal with the Tinker. Actually, that would be a really strong choice.
I think that's the only way they're going to be able to kill this Tinker and or win this game.
They do find a Disruption, looking for the Warcraft 3 surround. Don't quite find it, then they purge him. No, they'll give him the right click. He infests the Necro Book, and they'll start sending it back towards the Radiant base. Well, the lasso's there, they isolate TNK, out comes the Lifestealer surprise, takes a Deafening Blast, but Miracle starts going to work with the Dagon, he zaps one. Now he goes Scepters again, looking for the opening. He doesn't drop that second zap yet, now he brings down KYT. It's 2 heroes dead, a Lifestealer, he's not the real carry, it's the Miracle show, and
Bad
2 for 1 in the
back. He's got no lasso, and he's going to try to chase down the Invoker as well as Weaver here. Tornado being thrown just to cover the retreat here. Green also invis with an overgrowth of all things, and I like this pickup from Weaver. Gets a much needed BKB.
E-Blade's online.
Oh, that's
This is a nice pickup against Slark, I would say especially, because that's a hero, and Shadow Demon. You just assassinate Slark before he even gets off a Dark Pact, and or the Slark before he gets one. Well, there you go. Let the fun begin.
I think he's okay. I think you can always just turn around and come to okay. He's at low mana. Oh, he's done. So.
Nice buyback.
Yeah.
Still has the Bloodstone though.
Yeah, may as well. Like, Invoker's got the farm. He shouldn't be farming right now.
Trading buybacks with a Tinker with Bloodstone is gonna favor the Tinker, but they had to go for that. They can't just let him get a kill and walk away scot-free.
I think it's worth the buyback there. Invoker's got most of his core items. Like I say, getting a Blink Dagger would be nice. He may go for something like an Axe Scepter as well, although I don't. Maybe even another Link. Honestly, this Shadow Shaman is doing work in these fights. He's the one who locked down the Slark there. Without this Shadow Shaman, this Slark is not doing anywhere near as much as he is right now. So
even like Refresher for the double Hex wouldn't be too bad.
Okay.
Well, score 30-30. It's technically all knotted up, but it does feel like Scythe are in full control of the game at this point. Dagon 5, I believe, just came online. HF Renault will fly bottom.
Yeah.
Just harassment.
It is always a worry. Like, Tinker's controlling the game completely now, but he doesn't actually get that much scarier than what he's at now, I would say.
Yeah. The main thing is just having buyback and just being able to join a fight twice.
To me, some of these MiTH Trust heroes can get quite a bit scary. Invoker's going to go BKB. I think it's a pretty smart choice. But give your Invoker a BKB plus Blink Dagger or BKB plus Axe. Give the Weaver he probably wants an MKB against the Laser and the Heaven's Halberd of the Lifestealer.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad.
And then give you Slark just plus 1 item as well, probably an Abyssal Blade. I think MiTH Trust get a lot scarier than where they are now, whereas Scythe are getting close to almost peaking in some ways.
It's just a lot harder for MiTH to like get those items.
Oh, yeah.
They're so gankable with this global lineup.
Yeah,
but if they can find the farm, I agree. Like if everyone gets farmed, Lifestealer continues to be kind of mediocre, and
this is
H apparition, does he have his Ags yet? That's a pretty.
Is he going Axe? No, he's not going Axe.
That's at this point, like it's a cute little pickup going for the Rod of Atos, but Ags would make you a much bigger late game threat.
I don't know if it's worth starting Ags now at this point. It's just going to take too long. By the Ags is just going to give him a bit more damage output. Getting these utility... I mean, the Ghost Scepter now, and I think even like a 4-staff next, maybe just going to be more useful. 4-staff good against hexes, so maybe save like the Tinker when he gets hexed up or something.
I still think MiTH really needs a Diffusal Blade, not only for the Ghost Scepter, but also just to purge off the hex.
MiTH Trust are just in the wrong place right now. There's a push coming at their base, and they need to get back. Oh, they could go. Actually, they push faster.
There's Shadow
Necro
Shaman
3
wards,
Fort Spirit.
but yeah, I think
similar.
Necro 3
Similar, yeah,
Fort
right.
Spirits is a little bit stronger.
Yes.
And there's the Alacrity on this as well. So you get the extra damage. Miracle will come and base defend, and the wards were dropped bottom lane, but well, they go in. They get off an Overgrowth of Miracle. He's caught out here by KYT, but
He's
tops the
gonna
BKB. Can't take him down. Miracle dropping low. They get him with the Dark Pact. What a big
60
kill.
seconds.
He's dead for 60. He doesn't have the buyback, as you mentioned, but is there enough follow-up for this? KYT's doing it. He brings down one. He's looking for more. He's almost cut off Hana. No, he gets hexed. He gets shackled. Nice defensive disruption. Miracle getting caught with his pants down in the moment of greatest need. The ward's bottom lane. I don't think they've taken out not even the tower yet. And MiTH Trust have found a chink in the armor here and will push straight through into Scythe's base.
That Tornado from the Invoker was also huge. Like, that just came out of nowhere and locked down multiple heroes. It cancelled the Shadow Shaman Shackles, which was about to help Lifestealer get a kill, and they're going for the tier 4s, they're going for the throne! Where are your buybacks?
This is where you buy your Dagon 5. E-Blade, if you didn't buy the Dagon 5, you have a Dagon 4. It does
It's
plenty of
GG.
damage, and now
There's no Serpent Wards, there's
and
nothing.
now the throws are real here for Scythe.
I don't know if you can actually call this a throw. Like they.
No, he should not have bought a Dagon 5.
Yeah, he should have saved for buyback. But at the same time, like I think MiTH Trust just played that really nicely.
did.
They found the. Scythe thought they could go for that bottom lane push, and MiTH like, dude, we push faster. You Shadow Shaman, well, we've got all these minions and just damage up. We've got a Weave with a Deso.
Not to take anything away from MiTH. They played it well. They had a good killer instinct there, but I do feel Miracle should have saved for buyback.
Yeah, I agree. MiTH Trust were ahead on the gold graph the entire game, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Scythe were in at least a 50-50 position.
What is going on with Scythe? 1-3 now, and losing games in the strangest of fashion.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I gotta say, MiTH Trust, they're suddenly looking a whole lot better. I'm feeling a lot more confident about my MiTH Trust prediction. 2-2. Scythe go down to 1-3.
I think I had MiTH at 3 and Mineski at 4, so I'm feeling okay about the results
man.
so far.
I had MiTH like 1-2, and I had Mineski up
We
there
just
as well.
had a bro pound. You guys missed it. Let's do it again.
Yeah, dog. Well, we're going to be joined by our two expert analysts who broke down that match. Guys, what was the key factor that led Scythe to defeat that game? Ben, you first.
He didn't have buyback.
LD said that. What else led to that stage?
I casted a game upstairs. I was casting Zephyr RRQ.
That's loser talk.
It is.
Greg, you're up. You're next.
Well, what if I have the same answer as Ben? I do have good news for you guys, though. Mineski just won. I knew that would be.
Who did they beat? Who
they
beat?
Substitute. They just beat Execration, and it was convincing.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
Execration
about.
tried to gank a bunch, and it just didn't quite work out. But it was a rough run for Execration. But sounded
boys
like there were some big throws there. At the end.
Will the real
Five,
Pinoys
so.
please stand up?
Yeah. SEA qualifier has been fun so far.
They have been the clowniest circus ever.
You can never tell who's gonna win.
You've cast plenty of Southeast Asian Dota. Like in one day, this has blown away like all of the games we had in the inaugural in terms of like ridiculousness factor.
I'd say this is like standard SEA Dota, like, but you don't get it in this like you don't get it this often. Like it happens like once every 3 or 4 games. This is like every single game we're getting it.
There's something in the water.
Yeah.
I've had some crazy ones as well. It's been
Nice.
good.
What's been going on the high? That's what we brought you into. So tell us what's been going on the High Ground TV.
So,
Fill us in.
We've been casting a lot of the Arrow games.
Yeah.
DDZ is one of the most ridiculous mid players I've seen in a while. He plays super aggressive and somehow always manages to get over 10 kills. And, well, basically just carrying them to victory. So, well, not even carrying, but definitely a huge factor. Creates a ton of space, and the other cores are able to farm. So, it's been a great run for them, and they just continue to just destroy
Are
people.
they undefeated?
I'm pretty sure, unless they lost their last game, which I'm not 100% sure, but there definitely is 4 now.
Arrow, I believe, undefeated, but yeah.
They've been just
Cool stuff.
rolling people. They had a great Invoker game, a great Quap game, and it's been fun.
Okay.
So that's about it from us. What about you, Ben?
Zephyr is struggling. They're 1 and 2 now.
Damn, that's not good.
And-
Well, there were a lot of 1 and 2 teams.
Yeah, the way they're losing though is you have to worry a little bit. Some of it's the draft. I think if they can get a draft together, they can probably pull out, maybe get to the playoffs. But
How's your confidence factor in Zephyr right now?
fairly low because Bambo is he has to.
He's feeding?
He's feeding. He's not drafting well.
Okay.
And he just needs to. I view him as like very crucial to the team. Cause
He's their veteran leader in
Yeah.
theory, and he's
Yes.
their probably most individually skilled player along with Corey.
Mhm.
And he's just not getting it done. But guys, with that being said, games are going very quickly here. The
Yeah.
qualifiers are heating up. It's the International 4
Okay, go.
Southeast Asia qualifiers. We'll be right back.